After looking like stale bread for weeks, I finally decided to take matters into my own hands and do this trendy bob knotless braids with curls. Now, if you know me, you know I'm definitely going to do it myself.
Everybody say Bob the
And
Builder.
boy, oh boy, my hair hates to see me coming. So, class is in session. And because we are broke, we're going to be making use of these extensions I had used before for a ponytail.
Oxy Way.
Remember, we are doing bob knotless braids, so I am going to cut that into four to avoid any wastage.
Hello.
Because I want curls at the end, I am going to feather it out, after which I am going to comb through the hair thoroughly to get rid of all the knots and the tangle and make sure everything is seamless. This is the amount of hair I have, and I am going to pick out that much hair section and lay them down for easy braiding. So I already sectioned my hair for easy braiding to save time. So if you want to see that, I am going to leave a link somewhere on the screen to show you how I part my hair to make sure my parts are even and neat. Remember, I said we are doing knotless braids, so I am going to start braiding immediately. I mean, who has time to waste?
Hello.
So I am going to braid my hair about 2 to 3 times to make sure it is secure. You can always go in with extension in the very first step, but I prefer to braid my hair a couple of times before adding in the extension. I usually add in the extension between my pointer finger and my thumb. I find that that method is very easy because I mean we are trying to save time here. So I add about 3 to 4 pieces of extension to get the desired size that I want. And when I am satisfied with that, I am just going to braid down because I said we are going in for a bob braid. So I am going to braid and end where my hair ends. I would have gone shorter, but I cannot go shorter than where my hair is. So I am going to braid and end where my hair ends. So when I get to where my hair ends, I am just going to turn my hand over, grab the tiniest bit of hair. You want to make sure the hair you grab is very tiny, and you wrap that around to secure it and make sure it doesn't come undone, because if you grab too much hair it is going to loosen. I hope I'm making sense. Like I grab that much hair and I tie it around 2 to 3 times to make sure it is secure. 2 to 3 times to make sure it is secure. Otherwise, everything will come undone and it's just going to give you double work, and that is exactly what we do not want. We are trying to save time here. So I am going to show you again if you did not catch it the first time. So I braid once, twice, and then I add in the extension. And as I braid, I try to clean out the parts to make sure that the hair strands that are getting in the way, I remove that to make sure the parts are looking neat, because I try to use minimal product. I find that whenever I use gel on my hair starts itching after like a week, and I try to use gel only on my hair, not on my scalp. So I braided 2 to 3 times, and I I added extensions 2 to 3 times. I braid down and I stop where my hair is. I stop down where my hair is because again, like I said, we are going for a bob look. So after which I am going to grab the tiniest bit of hair and wrap that around my where my hair ends to make sure it is secure and it doesn't come undone. Always grab the tiniest bit of hair. It's going to do the job. You don't have to take out a lot of hair, just a little bit to make sure it is secure. So if you did not catch that, don't worry, I got you. I am going to show you a couple more times. So you braid once, twice. First, you make sure you divide that section of hair you've taken out into 3 equal parts. You braid once, twice, then you go in with your extension. You can add the extension the number of times you want, But the longer, if you want it longer, you can keep adding, but I wanted mine to be short. Like I said, we're going in for a bob, so I added about 2 to 3 times. I braided and ended where my hair ends. I braid and I end where my hair ends because I'm going for a bob. So I am going to show you guys one more time. I add the hair in between my pointer finger and my thumb, and I just braid down directly. There are other methods that you can use, but I find this is the easiest and also the fastest way you can do your knotless braid. So if you don't know how to braid hair in 2025, girl, what are you doing? Are you not tired of being an all-back warrior?
Side eye.
This is 2025. Try and learn a skill. Learn how to do your own braid so it will save you time and money. I mean, the girlies are learning how to do their nails, their hair, and their lashes. And then there's you with that same cornrows you've had on your hair for 3 months.
We listen, we don't judge.
Remember, we are trying to reduce costs over here, period. So that is the first row, and I am just going to show you guys when I get to the front. Look at how good and neat that is. I try my best to make sure the parts look as neat as possible. That is the second row, and yep, the third row. Yep. That looks so good, and that is the fourth row. I did. If you cannot section your hair on your own, you can definitely ask someone to help you, but I usually do this myself, and I must say it looks quite decent. It looks quite decent. So I filmed a video on how to part your own hair. I am going to link that on the screen. I am sure this video is going to go up before that one, and you want to make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you've watched up to this point, you are a real one. I really appreciate you, because these days people don't even want to watch videos and they come into the comment section asking the same questions you've answered in the video. This is 2025. Try and change your ways. So if you've watched up to this point, I truly appreciate you. So if you're new, hey girl, thank you very much for choosing me. Thank you for choosing to be a part of this community. And yeah, if you are new, please leave a comment in the comment section, so I might give you a shout out in my next video. And also, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to share, like I know you will. And also leave a sweet comment in the comment section, like I know you will. And also subscribe, like I know you have. And if you haven't, I am going to just give you a moment to do that. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time I upload new content. So I am sure you have subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing, and I promise you, you are going to love it here. And if you have anything you would like to see, please leave it in the comment section. Please leave me a nice comment. When I braid, I try to add in more hair where my hair ends, because sometimes because the hair is kind of short, it starts thinning out. So I want to grab a last piece of hair where my hair ends to make sure my hair is completely tucked in. You want to make sure that, because when you are trimming, you avoid situations where you start trimming off your hair. So when I braid, I measure it with the other ones to make sure they are on the same level. We are going for a bob, remember. So you want to make sure all you tie it at the same position. So when you are braiding the perimeter of your hair, you want to add the tiniest bit of hair, because remember, your edges are very fragile and you do not want to use too much hair on your edges. So when you're braiding your edges, and if you don't have edges, you can actually leave your edges alone. I always try not to braid my baby hair. I try to grab the ones that I can grab. I use a little bit of gel to pack them together so it will be easy for me to braid, because sometimes your edges can be all over the place. You do not want that. You can grab a little bit of product and sweep them all together for easy braiding. So I add about 2 to 3 strands of hair. It doesn't even matter. Sometimes it's not about the number of strands you add. You add them depending on how the thickness of your hair, and also the length of the extension, because sometimes the back, you need more hair in front than the back because it has to fall on the same length. Like I said, we are going for a bob, so you want to make sure everything is nice and even. You always want to check to make sure everything is nice and even, to avoid a situation where you have to go and have and start redoing. Oh, so this is progress, and yay, we are on the last strand. I could not just wait to be done. I had been braiding for hours. I mean, I love to do my hair myself. It just feels like self-care to me. I love to do my hair myself, but sometimes it can be tedious. So I always look for ways in which to save time, and I always braid my hair in the night so I can just sleep and get up in the morning to surprise my friends with a new hairstyle. And be like, girl, when did you braid your hair? I was like, yeah, look at that. So look at me looking like a snack already. So now I am going to add in the curls. I've already done the rest of my hair, and I am going to show you guys how I do the curls. I use the Brazilian wool. I feel like that is the best thread you can use for to do your curls, because it doesn't snap. I find that when you use other threads, it snaps when you try to pull it. So I roll the hair, I try to twist it to make sure the curls are as tight as possible. You do not want a situation where you pull one side of the hair and then it comes undone. We do not want that. So I am going to pull it, let it be as tight as possible. As you can see, the tighter you make it, the tighter your curls are going to be. So I am going to tie that and make sure, I cannot overemphasize on this point. You want to make sure you tie it very well, because sometimes before you go to the next section, the hair comes undone, it starts unraveling on itself, and then you have to go back and do it again. This has happened to me a number of times, and I was really very annoyed. When you're braiding your hair for a while and you cannot just wait to be done, and then you still have to go back and keep repeating the same things you have done, it just pisses me off. Like here, I had to redo this one because that is exactly what I did not want. But oh well, if I had my way, I would not have done it again. But I am kind of a sucker for perfection, so I had to do it again. I mean, I have to, so you don't have to, right? So you want to twist that, and when you're twisting, don't make it too tight, because if you make it tight, when you pull the string, it is not going to curl up. It is not going to curl up at all. It is just going to be stiff. So you want to make it loose, but not too loose. I mean, there's always need to be a balance. You make it to be tight, yep, just like that, and then you tie it securely. Make sure it is very, very secure, because if you don't, you are going to repeat that, and sometimes you just get frustrated and annoyed, and you just like, I'm not going to do it again. But yeah, if you do it right, you will not have to do it again. So you cut off the excess thread, and man, oh man, you have to be prepared for the hot water. So I had to put on layers and layers of sweaters. I've been doing this for a while. I am not new to this, so I always protect myself. I have a towel. You can always ask somebody to help you if you cannot do it on your own. Do not burn myself. So I just cut out the ends where I knotted the thread, and boy, oh boy, look at that. I mean, how can I be broke and ugly at the same time?
Double homicide.
I mean, the bank account might be empty, but the beauty is plenty. I mean, look at the material. This beauty too. I am definitely going to add chef to my CV because this hair, hey,
Come on,
new
mamacita.
character unlocked because this face card can even buy a Benz.
Don't play.
So this is your sign for you to learn how to braid in 2025. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye guys.
Hey, speak to me kindly. I'm the type